Sean, first round, ready? Terrance, ready? Fights on.
We are underway. 3 possible rounds here between these 2 featherweights. No time for a glove touch. Immediately, Terrance McKinney in the blue going for some body shots.
Well, that jab just stabbed McKinney in the face, though. That jab of Woodson is not something you can just run past. He throws it sharp and fast.
And so McKinney maybe will rely on his wrestling attack here as he closes the distance.
Yeah, I had a feeling that this was going to come down to McKinney being able to get this takedown, and we'll see if he's able to get it on a long, lanky Woodson. It's so hard to take long people down. But training with Chiesa, he's used to that as well. That does help. Chiesa's a very long, lanky guy.
Man, if you're over 6 feet tall, you're big for the lightweight division at 155, but to be 6'2 and a half and get down to 145, Sean Woodson might pose a problem there. But again, the length doesn't do much for you when your back's pressed against the fence.
Well, it's actually doing a ton for him right now, to be honest, because if you try to take him down with that fence behind you and you got your arms and your legs out, you ever try to take a kitchen table down on a fence? They land on their legs every single time, unless you flip them on their head. So it's so hard to beat people up when they're as tall as Woodson.
Fires a heavy right on the break, and now Woodson, McKinney, excuse me, trying to fire some big shots. A jab from Woodson backs up McKinney.
And Woodson's wrestling defense is looking very good, and this fence was saving him until that trip.
So nice McKinney trip. Does get this thing down to the mat.
McKinney goes straight for the choke immediately. He has one hook in. Woodson's on the hands. Let's see if he can get out of this position, use the fence to get to his feet. Nope, that choke looks sunk in, but he's got one hand.
Squeeze it underneath now. And now loosens it up. Fires a shot to try to throw the left arm under the chin.
McKinney looking strong here. The chin's in there, so it can't quite get under the chin the way he needs to get the choke yet, but he's definitely grinding and making it ugly.
2 minutes in and continuing to crank on Sean Woodson is Terrance McKinney.
And this position is just horrible because your chin, it feels like it's going to break in half, but it's not quite enough to make you choke, but it's just miserable to be here getting your chin scraped like this, the way McKinney's doing it.
You saw the adjustment there from McKinney as he lets go for the moment. Will he continue to try for the same finish?
Woodson has to deal with that body triangle before anything if he's going to get out of this position.
We got to get our back to the mat. We got to turn our hips.
And again, it's the left arm underneath for McKinney as Woodson continues to try to fight hands.
It's not under the chin, so this position just sucks really, really bad, but it's not quite choking you.
Well, if there's been a theme of the night so far, it's been guys have ridden out submission attempts early on and come back to get the victory 2 times.
And see, McKinney can sit here the whole night. With that body triangle around Woodson's waist like that, Woodson has to deal with that first. The leg that's underneath his knee there, he needs to get his knee underneath the heel. See how he's kicking that leg right now? He needs to get under that heel and break that body triangle off of his stomach. Otherwise, he's just not getting away.
Well, in 7 wins, 6 by submission for Terrance McKinney. 4 have come by rear naked choke, including his last 2, and he's continuing to go back to work here on Sean Woodson on the ground.
So Woodson's trying to punch from here, but he's got to get that left knee underneath the ankle of that straight leg of McKinney. And right now, Sio's over the top of it, so he's trapping himself by hanging over the top of that ankle right now.
The hook on your legs keeping you there. Chin down.
It's like a zip tie on your stomach. I mean, it just sucks the air out of you and you're trapped. You can't get away unless you deal with that zip tie. And right now, Woodson's just dealing with the hands choking him. It's a pain in the neck. No pun intended. Well, actually, pure pun intended on that one.
There you go.
57 seconds left, Sean.
You hear the heavy breathing.
And that's what I mean. It doesn't choke, but it just sucks. I mean, listen to him. You can barely breathe, and it just hurts real bad.
More than 3.5 minutes of control time by Terrance McKinney, who has gotten the back and not let go of that body triangle now, but he's running out of time to end this thing in the first round.
So you got to deal with that hook. There it is. His coach has just told him, and now he heard it, and now he's got to get underneath the ankle. By punching him, I mean, he's still trapped. You're not going to win this battle. You got to deal with the problem, which is that body lock.
Do you believe that McKinney, this is the fight that he should fight against a guy on short notice?
I think definitely. Short notice or not, McKinney's good at grappling. He's very strong, obviously, and this is where he's comfortable. And he could probably get the finish if he keeps attacking like this.
Well, Well, he'll probably have to do it in the second round now because the horn is coming, and there it is. So 5 minutes are in the books. We heard each of the instructions in the corners. Juliana Pena, Rick Little in the corner of Terrance McKinney. They want to get this fight back down to the ground, continue to wear on top.
I think that's a secret. I think everybody knew that Woodson was going to need to try to keep this standing and utilize his boxing and his kicking. Not that McKenny can't stand with him, but he can just wrestle really well, and he's obviously got good submission grappling.
And tries to dip down a nice sprawl, but McKinney ducks around it, and again he has the back.
Now what we call that is an arm drag. He just dragged, he shucked it right by off the front headlock. He got the front headlock, stuffed it, is putting two together to a shuck by, took the back, now he's got the back again.
Well, McKinney was a junior college All-American wrestler, and then he was ranked number 2 in the country at Division II Chadron State in Nebraska.
And that's really what it takes today to get takedowns. You got to put two together. And what he did is he shot the first takedown attempt. Woodson did a good job getting his down block and correcting it, and then he just put another one together and did a shuck by, pulled it right back, and now he's got his back. I mean, nice way to put two together. Let's see if he can get the finish though here. Get that choke underneath the chin of Woodson. Now, as I was saying, Woodson needs to get that left knee underneath the ankle of McKinney. And he's just keeping it right on the top, floating it on top there. And you can't get away that way. You're just going to be trapped here.
Well, and so they assume the same position that they were in largely in the first round, but now not along the fence, right out in the center as McKinney continues to crank on the neck.
And this is the thing about anybody who transitions from boxing or kickboxing, you've got to fill in the gaps with grappling. And as we saw here now, he wore out McKinney. Oh, that knocked him out. That's it. It's over.
Sean Woodson, just like that.
Wow.
Gets up and puts down Terrance McKinney.
Jump knee to the head. Super heavy.
Well, his corner gave him the instruction to fight the body lock to get up. He did so and ended it right after that.
Finally dealt with the problem. Look at the emotion of this guy. Just everything that he just realizes that he just did right now out of nowhere. On 5 days' notice, this man went out there and just knocked this dude out. And he was losing. He was on the bitter end of this, and he just stayed focused. He dealt with the problem, got up, and he knew McKenny was looking to shoot. Timed that knee, bam. We just saw this, Ben Askren.
We sure did, although this one in a little bit of a different fashion. It certainly took longer into the second round, but whiffs on the kick, Dom, and then he did not whiff.
Boom, jump knee, left knee straight to the chin because McKinney is not setting up his takedowns, just dips his head, bam.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Smith has called a stop to this bout at 1 minute and 49 seconds of round number 2, declaring the winner by knockout, Sean Woodson.
So another fighter.
Sean Woodson, oh my word, what a roller coaster, what an emotional roller coaster. These last few days, taking this fight on last minute notice, getting an unbelievable knockout. I saw some emotion in there. What's going through your mind, man?
I can't even believe I'm here right now. This is the hardest thing I ever did in my life. I cut the most weight I've ever done in my life. Yeah, I'm just so happy. I don't even know what to say.
I know that coming into this fight, you talked a lot about your dad and how you feel like he is still very much a part of your life. He's here looking down on you. What do you want to say to your dad right now?
I miss him so much. I wish he was here right now. And yeah, that was for him, my mom, and everybody that loves and believes in me.
And I know your mom, Maureen, is here tonight. She's your biggest supporter. She's been a huge part of making this dream even possible. What do you want to say to her?
Just thank you. And that means so much. Thank you for everything. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be the man I am today. I wouldn't be the fighter I am today. I just thank my mom.
What a huge moment. I mean, you weather the storm. He had your back for quite a bit of this fight, but man, when he's continued to shoot, you knew that that knee would be there, and you timed it perfectly. Talk to us about how you set that up.
I just was gonna go for it this whole fight. I don't care how far I'm down in a fight, how bad I'm getting beat up. I just always have the utmost confidence in myself that I'll find a way to win.
Sean, an unbelievable finish, an unbelievable moment. Congratulations. Go enjoy your victory. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Well, the emotion cannot be denied, and why not? 14 years ago was when Sean Woodson lost his father, but told him in the